Hey guys, and welcome back to our Superman and Lois series review. If you guys like these, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to go above and beyond, sign up to our Patreon. It helps us do more of these, or grab yourself some merch. All right, so let's get to the review. Many of you are asking me on Twitter, Joe, where's episode 3 review? And you've been asking me for the past few weeks, like, review Superman and Lois. It's a small contingency of you. And are you giving up on Superman? Some of this stuff. And it was, well, no, because there's 15 episodes. I didn't realize that this was going to be 15 episodes long. And I think doing an episode on each one might be excessive, especially since it's a CW and you're going to have some of the episodes that we just watched in here. So instead, I thought what I'd do is we would do one episode review every couple of episodes. So this review is going to encompass episode 3, 4, and 5, right? Originally, I was just going to do 3, like the start, the mid, and the end. But if it lasts a little longer or some of these things get a little too long, then I'll do multiple ones, like one episode every 5, something like that. So I gotta say, I'm loving the fact that the days of the 41 ads are behind us because I am using an ad blocker. I'm sorry, there's just no way I'm gonna put up with 41 ads an episode, which is what I was hitting before. So I do thank though CW for putting it up, for free on streaming with ads, but I can't do 41 an episode. So. If so, we would have been here for another 3 hours watching these things. Anyway, so let's start with episode 3 because I gotta say I'm sorry I didn't do an individual review on this episode. I freaking loved it. This was titled "The Perks of Not Being a Wallflower," and I saw that episode title. I was like, I don't know. Do people really want me to do episode by episode on Superman? Let us know. Whether you like watching these on Superman or if you want to keep it to Marvel and Disney. I like the fact that we have some DC. An episode like this is the reason why. I loved it. This episode, Jordan joins the team, because the guys on the team in his high school thinks that they can push him around, and he wants to push back, and because Jordan has a little bit of these powers, he gets a little bit of revenge. So at the beginning of the episode, we get Superman having fun with his family. They're in like a little paint fight, and then all of a sudden, from China,
a normal fucking family thing. We go down to what, single income. they inherit all this other stuff. Let's ruin all our clothes and have a paint fight. And I had to look over at him. It's like, have you ever done this in your entire life? Are you kidding me? No.
Television, right? So, but in the middle of it, a bridge in China snaps. Superman hears it all the way from China. And I was like, okay, good. Goes and saves them, comes back, and she's like, there's no point in hiding it from kids anymore. You guys know he's Superman. Well, Superman can listen to his kids all the time, and he does so later on in the episode when his kid is getting bullied. I thought that concept is very cool, but it's hard to, reconcile with the fact, his kids confront him about it. You've been listening to us all the time, and he's like, yeah, I can pretty much hear everything, right? So you set that up that he can hears everything. He tries not to, he says. And then what else? So we get a plot line where Lois is brought this story from a mother whose son is missing, Derek. And so that sort of starts the investigative Lois. She goes over there. And then we get some more drama. Sarah breaks up with Sean. Jordan hears this. Jordan, of course, is the one that has the crush on her. And we get some Superman tidbits. Always like these. Superman likes chili cheese fries, so I note that down. I automatically like chili cheese fries.
They're amazing.
They are, but it's just hard to justify that Superman can hear all this shit in China, but yet his sons are arguing upstairs about lying to him because Jordan is trying to hide the fact that he joined the football team. But this is so juicy. So the bullies are bullying Jordan. They're like, stay in your lane, just beat him up and stuff. And then he goes on the football team and he just, boom, just knocks him down, tackles him.
This fool is playing like Brian Urlacher or
Yeah,
something.
Oh, yeah.
Ed
I was
Tuttle
like,
Jones,
how?
friggin'
Come on, man.
Ray. Yeah, so
Ray Lewis is something.
yeah, and it's so gratifying. I'm like, I love this episode. This is cool. Like, cause you know, as you're a kid and you want to grow up as Superman, you want to have all these powers, you want to do all these things, and he
You
gets
wanna
back at the
understand.
bullies. And he's and you know he knocks one of the bullies down. He's like, "This is my lane now, bro." He smiles, but again, you get some planting seeds. Coach then reprimands Jonathan for what? For
Keeping
not
him a
letting him
secret.
know. You're right, keeping him a secret from
Because
the
it's a
football team.
CW show, and we got to drum up the
Yeah,
drama.
that's
God
what I
damn
didn't
it.
like. Yeah.
I didn't like that part, right? So, okay, so you know, Jonathan makes a great point to his father about Jordan's football being good for him because there's a really touching scene where the son sticks up for the other son in front of Superman, the dad, because the Superman doesn't want him to do the football. But he makes a great point, and I'm like, man, Jonathan is such a goddamn good
I
character.
love this guy.
He's the
He's
best brother ever.
Yeah.
And he actually convinces his father to reverse his decision. So I'm like, that's great. And then Lois gets attacked by this person that she's been investigating, and somebody from Morgan Edge doesn't like that and attacks her. And you know, she's like, "You're gonna be sorry," because she presses the button and Superman comes right. Because I was like, "Wait a minute, if he can hear in China, then he can already hear Lois be like, you know, or whatever." But I guess she has to press the button, whatever. So he comes, beats his.
Still with that logic, right?
I know. So she shows up, and Superman's pissed. I'm like, man, you're
That's his
defending
woman.
his wife.
Yeah.
You're fucking with his wife. But the guy beats his ass. Superman gets his ass beat, right? For momentarily, right? Because he didn't expect this guy to be able to, like, you know, stop. And I'm like, oh, man, this is cool. Okay, it's a cool fight. It's a legit good fight scene. Then Superman gets serious. He goes, freeze breath. Super speed. It does a motherfucking Mortal Kombat uppercut. All the eyes falls. I was like, this is freaking awesome. And then goes super speed, beats his ass. I thought it was amazing. And it's a shame that this stuff, though, only lasts for a few seconds. And then before we go back to Sarah's bedroom and her family drama, where she's mad at her mom, and her mom is begging her for attention again.
This is what I have
that's
a
where we
problem
go.
with.
We
This-
went
yeah,
from
with
that
these
badass
episodes-
fight scene
I'm with you in that one.
to Sarah's teenage girl's bedroom where she's having fights with her mom. And this is what we were worried about.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
In the initial thing. But I was willing to, like, that didn't affect me at the time. I just had to make that notation.
No,
Because
that-
everything
I
was
had the
going
same-
really, really
yeah.
well. And so I was like, all right, that's fine. I will excuse it. But we'll get to that. And then final two things here is that, you know, more things that I really, really like this episode is that Superman is sort of like being coy. So he allows his son to go on the team, but he wants to be a coach, kind of to keep an eye on him, keep things good. And so, you know, he
doesn't trust his sons.
doesn't trust his son. But any father who would want to helicopter a little bit if it's, you know,
The kid's probably
try to
gonna get
protect
mad
him.
and lay
Right.
someone out.
So he's being coy and like he can't carry, you know, because he's assistant coach working for free, and he can't carry the Gatorade. But it's a nice scene because he sees his son flirting with his son's crush,
I like it,
right?
yeah.
And it's just really endearing to see a father like, you know, is just like trying to hide and stuff, but gets to see his son interacting and living his life and experiencing joy and love and stuff, and then that's when it hit me right there that I was like, you know, because I hated the premise of Superman and the sons, and I hate all that, right? But at that moment, I was so happy. I typed, you know, there are great Superman stories to be told where Superman is a dad, and I'm going to stop hating on it from now on. And I liked it a lot. And then at the end of the episode, there's this Lar tease. There's a character, Miss Lar. We don't know who she is.
We've seen her
But
before.
She yeah, really briefly, like you'll be sorry or something, and she kills this mystery guy that attacked
Heat
Lois
vision.
with freaking heat vision. So you're like, whoa, wait, what? Is she a Kryptonian? She's got Superman's powers, and I think you know people have been speculating she's from like Supergirl comics and stuff, but we'll get to that.
The next
But
episode.
I want to
Well,
get
well, right before that
get your
too-
opinions
Well,
on
yeah,
on
right
this
before
show.
that too, the general also is in it. He's like,
Right.
well, okay, well, I'm gonna start wedging myself inside here.
Mhm.
If Superman wants to play father, so I'm gonna start playing grandpa.
Yeah.
That's also in this episode.
Oh yeah, that got there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go final verdicts on episode 3 because I loved it so much. I'll start 9 out of 10. Like this is the best episode for me of Superman and Lois because it balances the Superman being Superman, taking care of people in China, fixing the bridge. Superman action, badass fight scene, getting beat
Too
up, but then
short.
using his powers. Very short. And then the drama stuff, which I like. Superman watching his kids grow up and experience love and all this other stuff. So, and it's a balancing act, but I thought it worked just in this episode. 9 out of 10. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm on board. Like, I can't wait for the next 2 episodes. And then the next 2 episodes happened. But before we get there, let me get your
on
guys'
this
opinion.
episode, I did like it. I did enjoy it. I did like they actually tapered back Jonathan. No, not Jonathan. Jordan.
Jordan.
Because before, like,
Right, we felt Jordan was out of
God,
control.
He
We're like,
is. It's like, all right,
come on.
finally he has like a little outlet. He's not as whiny and crazy as he is before. So it is better. Jonathan is still kicking ass as a big brother. The fights were kind of too short.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted to see more of that. And I guess they're trying to balance everything in this one episode. But overall, I'm going to go with an 8.
Okay.
8 for me.
It's rough because there are parts that are so disappointing about this episode where it finally gets going and then you start to see things that you want to see from CW that you don't normally do, and then you fall right into that trap. And I've done it with a couple of series of theirs before, and so we're having a great fight scene, and then we get something that I just totally don't give 2 shits about. And we sit there and we dwell on it for a long period of time, especially in the bedroom when when Lana is talking to the daughter.
That was to be fair, that was a very short part of that episode. That's why I liked that particular episode so much. It's in later episodes where they expand on the Lang's family drama that I do not care about.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in here that they're trying to do so much all at once, and there are really bright spots in there. I mean, really, really bright spots in there, and then there's just other things that I'm constantly thinking, like, who is this for? Who sits down and wants to watch a Superman show? Like,
It's for me. Episode 3 nailed it for me. So I'm just answering your question, but we'll get
you
to
care
your
about the
rating on
Lane drama?
That's the one misstep.
That's
in
what
it.
I
That's
mean.
why I gave it a 9 out of 10. But everything else in that episode, since that was so short, the Lang drama that you're talking about gets expanded like a motherfucker.
It's
in 4
bad.
and 5.
And then there's a lot of Jonathan stuff that I think that Jordan was better, but I think they have the issue with the boys treat like I don't feel like they're human beings. Jordan is way too whiny, except for here, and then Jonathan's like a emotional superhero in this episode, where he's just like, nah, it's totally cool, like everything. I don't know. And
He's pretty chill.
it's also hard because we watch all 3 of them all at once, and so I'm trying to pick.
I think you're merging the episodes
It
together.
may
Let's
be.
get your rating on
It's
on
a
that
7. I mean, this is kind of devolving into where I'm getting more whiffs of things that are coming, especially watching the other episodes, and I'm now worried about whether I want to continue with this series.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. After episode 4 and 5, I started to feel that hard. Yeah. I think their relationship and them acting as kids was perfect, and it's like so gratifying. And it was like when I was a kid and what I wanted and how I would act in that situation. I just think Jonathan's a really good brother to Jordan, and it was good to see Jordan get a little bit of that. But here we go. We go into the next episode, and this is where my thumbnail is, where that comes from. Because now we're hitting the shitter, and the CW comes. So I don't know if it was like, maybe they should have premiered first 3 episodes, and that was like their heavy hitter, and then the rest of the stuff is coming. I did not like these next episodes.
Same.
Not at all. So episode 4, Haywire. First off, starts on a really bad foot with me because they have a Madden 21 reference in there. You know, Jordan's doing great in football, and the bullies that were bullying him because they're in football are now suddenly his friends are like, hey, it's a cover of Madden 2021. I was like, 0 out of 10. Whole fucking episode done. Madden done. Superman, Madden done. Fuck you, Superman and Lois, for daring to ever mention Madden and Superman in the same goddamn property. 0 out of 10. I'm done. Joe, go.
Done.
No,
Two.
It's a do writer for this
I know,
episode,
I know,
by the way.
no, What's that?
So episode 4 was written by a completely new person.
That might have been it. So let's go through the episode, a little refresher for these guys, and we'll get our ratings on there. Jordan is the game hero in here, so he's great in practice. Everybody's fucking amazed at his prowess in practice. But here he does it in a game where he tackles the quarterback, makes the quarterback fumble. The bully
Touchdown.
who
They
fuck-
win.
He like
him over.
backhands somebody and they go off flying over his shoulder.
Nobody
And then he
notices.
kills the kid. That
Right.
kid's dead.
Yeah, and the
Feel like
gratifying part in
concussion.
episode 3 that I like so much, you know, he calls out, or the big kid that calls him out, the boyfriend of the girl he likes, calls him out. He's like he's two
yeah.
times his size, and then he flies out, and nobody does anything.
This is normal.
It's normal. Anyways, so he wins the game, but Grandpa doesn't like it. General Lane,
he notices.
he's like,
Cartoon
wait a
bad guy,
minute,
yeah.
what the hell? You guys
Yeah.
didn't tell me anything. He notices he's not a dumbass like everybody else. Well, he kind of is his own dumbass
Oh,
here
for sure.
in episode 5. But anyway, Morgan sort of threatens the newspaper, again, still doing that because Lois is digging around on what the hell they're doing in Smallville, which eventually gets released. And then I wrote kid on football team has his arm go crazy. Don't remember the kid's name.
That one, I
Thad
forgot
or
his
Tad.
name or something.
Tag.
Yeah,
Tag.
that's the one who
Tag Harris.
during the explosion he fell back and broke his arm.
Right, and you know he gives his friends, other people on the team, shit for not being able to catch the ball because he's the one that's supposed to be able to do that. But you know, and so he's just whatever. The episode, let me just break it down like this: Haywire episode 4 is a lot slower. It's a lot more boring. I don't care much about the drama, heavy drama on the Lang's side.
Yeah.
So we're going into Sarah Lang, the daughter. We're going into Lana Lang, and we're going to her husband, Kyle. Like, I don't give a fuck, but we're going
To a
really
broken
heavy into
family.
that.
You got to feel.
He's sleeping on the couch. It's not good for his back. He's a firefighter.
That's what I'm like, get it. Just shut up. Just shut up. You know,
I was
and
very
then,
disappointed with this episode because of that, the Lang and Kilgrave.
so Kilgrave is the most important.
Lackluster.
That
Right.
is
Yeah, the Kilgrave was the most interesting aspect of this particular episode, but even that
2 minutes,
was
maybe.
even that was
He
The
has a
entire
gun.
showtime.
He has a gun and go, wow, wow, wow,
Well,
wow.
but even before, he's like, I've been planning my escape for years. And then he finally
he
escapes.
spits a
and it's
piece
like,
of gum
oh,
on the
no.
door, and
Yeah.
it blows up,
And then we don't see him till later
he
on.
gets out. Lois asks Superman, "You need to be somewhere," and I'm like, "You ain't gonna be there, woman." And then this guy breaks out. Superman's got to go over there, and I noticed now, especially in this episode, Superman's costume is always dirty at all times. Like he didn't ever watches the
dark.
damn thing.
So it's dark.
Yeah. But anyways, so Clark misses. Edge, Morgan's Edge gets control of the mines because he was supposed to give this speech where, you know, because Lois was going to give the speech, but Morgan's Edge is going to sue her ass if she's involved. And so Clark was supposed to do it. You can't rely on Superman who's like fucking flies to China every time a bridge snaps in the world. That's fucking impossible, by the way. I'm still on that. So he willingly ignores so much in the U.S. But anyways, so kids. So then now I start to get completely disinterested. I'm like, Lois and Lana go to a bar. Kids go to the party. But yeah. And then Kilgrave uses a sonic gun against Superman while his kids need help.
He's like, I've been planning this for years. I'm here with the gun. He's like,
A gun?
all right, get out of here.
Yeah. As
Like,
soon
yeah,
as they
come
realize,
pick-
because Jordan and Jonathan, their grandpa was like, "Hey, your father is Superman, so stop bothering him with shit."
Stop asking him for help.
Yeah. And by the way, that was a good hit on that boy that you did. And so the boys realize, okay, we could take care of this ourselves because their friend Tag is like with his arm, but they can't take care of it themselves, apparently. I don't fucking know.
No.
So then anyway, Superman comes and saves them,
After
but he has to
this
get
shit.
out of the Kilgrave thing where he's being attacked with a sonic gun, and he realizes all he does is that, and then Kilgrave flies back, and I think, was it? innocent bystanders also are
Yes.
flying back. He had to do something real quick, and
He
that's
said-
never
Well,
addressed.
he
he said
specifically,
there's-
I need emergency assistance for all of these people that I just
Right.
seriously
And
hurt.
Well, I thought it
So-
was like his lackeys. It could still be his lackey. We'll have to play a little
there's-
image
there's-
of it.
And I like that actor too. They should have given him some more screen time. Or
Yeah, he was
something.
actually the most interesting part. That
Yeah,
actor
but I was
who
like,
plays
come
Kilgrave.
on.
Who Kilgrave is like this little big-headed, like bug-eyed guy in the
I was like,
comics. He was
oh,
cooler
he's
in
gonna
this.
cause a problem. He's like, no, he's
No.
a fucking gnat.
I've been planning for years. He's like, I've been gone for 6 months. What do you
Well,
mean
he
you've been
is a
planning for
gnat.
years?
He is a gnat in the comics too, so it kind of makes sense there. But anyway, this is where, and then continuing from last episode, Jonathan is continuing to be a great brother. You know, hold on, let me say this. Tag goes out of control, right?
Yes.
And I'm not
He leaves
sure
the
how
party.
that's supposed to relate to Jordan. The show wants to imply that Tag's going out of control has something to do with Jordan's heat vision blowing everything up.
Jordan thought he caused it because of his heat vision.
Right, but it doesn't work like that.
He doesn't.
But he
know
doesn't
that.
know that, and
doesn't
so he
know
thinks he's
that,
at
so
fault.
yeah.
So Jonathan is continuing to try to explain that to him and just be the better brother here. He's the best brother ever.
Yes.
Genuinely good dude. And I wrote here, it is going to piss me off if they screw with this character's strong moral center. And so then they have a fight with the grandpa because they realize the grandpa is the
Family
one that
comes
told.
first.
Right. Grandpa's the one that told him to do that. They're like, who told you to do this and not call me right away? And they look at they look at the general.
I guess
General's like, I gotta go.
What, am I welcome?
So they have a fight with the grandpa, and obviously this is playing into the episode a long time ago when Luthor was like, hey, Superman's going to get mad at you or turn on you, whatever. Anyways, they have a date night with Superman and Lois. And while that's going on, it seems like the general's like, all right, we got to do a contingency plan.
Project Hell.
yeah,
Project
because his dad wants to spend time with his
1137.
kids, and now I'm mad. I was like, come on.
What a
That was
fucking
fucking
moron.
dumb.
I hated
I
it.
didn't like
do you
that.
constantly want to drink red wine when you're watching this? Because they go through
Every
so much
episode,
wine
I
in
was
this
telling
episode. It's like, man,
Alex,
I need to start buying wine when we
Every
watch these
episode
things.
has wine. I was like, man, I want some wine.
I haven't
now.
noticed that.
I
didn't
kind of
know.
want wine.
Okay. Then it's revealed in this episode that X-Kryptonite is the reason why
Yay.
Morgan's Edge is in Smallville. Apparently, there's enough to raise an army
Test
there
subjects and do all that
and
stuff.
do all that stuff. So this episode, let's get a final verdict on this episode because this one was the first time I thought it's like, dun, 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 and they did a face
I
plant.
think this is,
Uh,
for me, we're going to start with verdicts for this one.
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to go with a 5.
Yeah,
This is
that's
just an average one.
yeah.
I wanted to see something that was like, oh, cool, Kilgrave. I like this actor. Let's see what he can do. Gone. I don't want to pay attention to this other stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Langs right now. This is about Superman and his family. And then we'll just
Lot
have
of- yep.
we'll just have the general grandpa be an asshole for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like, look, man, these are your kids as well. You
Don't
can't
forget
just,
the Madden, Joe.
Oh, fucking Matt. You know,
Just playing.
0. It's a 5.
So
for
5?
me.
What
This
about
is
you?
a CW 5, which
Yes.
means a TV it's a
It's
4.
probably like a 4.
This is an average
I was
CW
about
5.
to. I brought it to a 4, but
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
No, I'm going to bring it to a 4. So
Oh.
like it is an average CW episode, and that is not a good thing because we had been on stronger things before. This series started really strong. It gave me hope that people were going to start caring about the characters, and they weren't going to fall into all of those traps where they, it's the family drama stuff. Now I may have been blending some of the stuff in the beginning of this episode with the last episode, but like this is I'm worried about how at this point when I was watching today, it's like, oh no, is this actually devolving in one season? Like it took Arrow a couple seasons to kind of get bad.
Yeah.
So this is below average television.
Yeah, and I'm going back and forth. When I first did it, I was at a 6, and then I was like, no, I want to be harsher.
Yeah, I
I
was
want to
at
be a
6 too, but I was like,
5. But, upon reflection, and Superman is important to me, and the way his show does is important. I just think that they could have done a better job here, and then some of the concerns that we've been having is starting to show up. So I'm going to go down from a 6 to a 5. 5 out of 10 on that first misstep episode called Haywire. I think there is a huge difference between episode 3, The Perks of Not Being a Wallflower, and episode 4, Haywire. You watch both those back to back and you're like,
Yeah, it's bad.
so I was like, all right, that's fine. You're allowed some misstep. You're allowed a misstep. Let's go into the newest episode that premiered, episode 5.
Harvest Fest.
Wrong. The Best of Smallville is the name of the episode. And, you're saying that there's a Harvest Fest.
That's
Oh,
basically
the
what
plot.
it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all the
Okay, so the Harvest Fest, as Joe said, we got another Superman tidbit. Superman loves chocolate-covered bacon. Yes, so do I. From this festival, he's excited. He's telling his boys, like, oh, man, I can't wait for you to
It's
check
great.
this
It
out.
brings
Let's
the
do
town
corn.
together. It's great.
Yeah, it's cool. And Jordan Jordan's having the time of his life. Now he gets a date with Sarah to go to the festival. He's having a good time. Unfortunately, here's when we're gonna start.
This is
They're gonna
what-
start twisting that titty. They're gonna start twisting that Jordan thing. Jordan's getting fucked over, and Jordan starts to feel the fact that Jonathan, not Jordan,
yeah.
Jonathan. Eliza calls Jonathan on the phone. This is his girlfriend that we've never seen from Metropolis, and she dumps him. So he's starting to feel all the crap that's going bad for him being here in Smallville. He's like, I hate this place.
He's
And
just fumbling through everything, and then I guess this is just the final straw.
So we had 2 episodes of Jordan being like the best brother ever, and I'm like,
He
here we
still
go,
was.
here we go. I guarantee they're gonna fucking go do something wrong, and it's gonna piss me the fuck off. We'll see what happens later on. Derek is back, so his mom goes to Lois
Powell.
and says, "Oh no, I got him back. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it." And they're like, "Something's wrong here." You know, it sounds rehearsed. It sounds like Morgan like gave him back, but then like something's wrong with him, but they just don't want them to be snooping around anymore. But he calls Miss Lar, the one that killed the dude in the last episode, that something's wrong, and he must be affected by the X-Kryptonite, because then he does the red laser eyes and sets the building on fire. And we also get some flashbacks in this episode to some Superboy stuff, where Superboy breaks a shotgun, slaps a bullet out of the air, and he's like, "Put it back!" This little, 13-year-old kid yelling at you. Okay. When they see that, they're like, yes, we will, right
It's
away.
a high quality TV.
Right away, sir. Dude,
12
cathode ray,
VCRs.
cathode
I was
ray,
like, oh,
32-inch,
shit.
Joe. That
They
shit was
were.
huge.
They were amazing back in the
We
day.
used to
Right.
carry those around to LAN parties.
Oh man.
So, and then after being absent for like 2 episodes, Luther shows up and he confronts Lois, and and this episode is when Jonathan finally blows up. He blows up about being in Smallville, asked to stay with the Kelsos or something like that. I was like, what,
Some-
70s
yeah.
show, and because he just hates Smallville, and they're like, no, you can't do that. And then, of course, so this sends Jonathan in spiral. We're going to go to the festival and have fun. So he starts drinking. And then his
Damn
brother comes up
rebels.
to him, and his brother, man, you should be doing that. He blows his brother off. He blows his brother off for these 2 friends who were, if you notice,
Free
they're
drinks.
they're the football boneheads that have been bullying Jordan the past episodes. And I'm like, oh, I fucking knew this would
But he's
happen.
in the football team
And it's
now.
awful to see play out. And I was
Yeah.
about to go ballistic, but luckily it doesn't last for long. The good Jonathan that we know comes back within the same episode. I'm like, thank God, at least that moral center is still there. And we'll get to that because there was some other stuff in between there, stuff that I don't give a shit about. Kyle Cushing, the father of, again, the Lang family stuff.
His best friend.
He
or something.
speaks Spanish to his daughter for 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Mija.
I don't know. Okay. And then we got the boys at the
Now we
festival.
know he's bilingual.
And then we did, Derek started the fire. He's making out with Miss Lar.
It was awkward, right?
Yeah, that
Was I
was
the
a
only one who was like,
super
this
awkward
is super
kiss.
awkward kisses?
And then she tries to help him. Don't worry. He's like, he's going to find out. And he's like, don't worry. I burned the place down. I'll help you. She puts him in like a machine or something.
Iron lung. Yeah.
And then here comes Jonathan again, and he's even more drunk than he was last time. He's like, hey.
But he says one stupid thing, they both blow it out of the proportion.
Agreed.
I'm on Jonathan's side.
Agreed.
He's like, hey,
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's just a joke. She's like, no, you don't understand real problems.
Right.
It's like, oh, here we go.
yeah.
CW
She
shit.
was going a little too far with it.
Jonathan's
And
like, I'm
Jonathan has
sorry,
been
it's just-
so nice to her and Jordan that you
that's-
could
yeah.
give him a little bit of
And
fucking
that's
leeway.
what brothers do. They're just like, oh, he's on his first date.
Yeah.
It's his first date. Like, yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah.
dick move, but then she goes
But
off.
fucking Sarah goes off, and Jonathan.
It's
So
like,
he's
"Oh,
trying to
God,
embarrass
Sarah."
Jordan on his first
Yeah.
date, but he does apologize immediately, and in a calm, collected,
does.
smart manner. So I calmed down too, and I was cool again. with the writers who I was about to bash their heads in at supersonic speed because I'm like, stop fucking around with Jonathan's character.
Yes.
But he does the right thing. He says, I'm sorry, bro. And then he's like, let's go get you some water.
He's like, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. and then his dad sees him. His dad and Lois. His dad of Superman, he can smell the alcohol on him, and he's like, and Lois is like, go home. I'm going right now. He's like, well, we're going home anyway. He's like, go on faster. It's like, damn, all right. Anyways.
Leave my boy Jonathan alone.
I agree.
Who is she to judge? She's having like 3 bottles of wine
Right?
a night.
Right,
to
every
promote
episode.
Yes.
Every episode. Anyway, so Superman overhears what happens with Leslie Lar. I'm not sure what her first name is, Miss Lar, and basically over the phone because the what do you call it? The newspaper lady, the Smallville newspaper lady, was doing the snooping and saw this, and she was telling Lois, and Superman heard the whole thing, goes off. Immediately bashes through the building, right? No care or anything paid to it, and because he doesn't know, I guess he doesn't know their superpower. Well, he does know their suit. He just fought a superpowered person. Whatever. He's in there, and the guy goes, "Protect the asset," and he flies away, and so the lady stays behind, and so they're flying through the air, and suddenly Luthor is there as well. Luthor picks up the fight because of the flying. I guess his robot, his By the way, he has a robot camper, the most advanced camper called the Empress.
No, it's a camper with an Alexa in it.
Yeah, it's Alexa camper who can drive itself, apparently. And it's not like a super advanced robotic. It's just
like it looks
it's
like
just like a little bobblehead
it looks
thing.
like a clock.
Yeah.
And he's like, take control of the wheel, and you will make contact in 24 seconds. And I'm just laughing my head off because it's a motherfucking camper, a piece of shit camper. Anyways, no, there's
He's incognito.
advanced technology wires on the inside.
Did
It's
you not
the
see his
outside.
gun rack?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he notices the two of them. He's like, wait a minute, there's 2 of them. And so he has a super advanced camper that can auto drive, but is a normal camper, the Empress. Luthor then fires a rocket while the Superman's trying to chase this guy down, which hits Derek, a big old red flash, and then he falls to the ground. And Derek is showing the same sort of movement that Tag Harris, the kid from the football team, does. And he dies right there. He's like, I'm already dead. He's like, wait. He's like, you're not alone. You know, I don't think they're Kryptonians, but, you know, they're just getting the powers. He just says that because I got powers too. And he dies. But it makes no fucking sense that Superman just leaves. I mean, he was just shot out of the sky by a goddamn fucking rocket. There's a fucking bazooka somewhere that fired at him. He doesn't bother to
He knows he's
confront
being
Luthor.
hunted by this dude.
He doesn't bother to confront Luthor, who just killed a guy, by the way, who just killed somebody who has powers like he has. He does that so he can go home and argue with his kids. The very next scene, they're having the family meeting, and he's
With
doing
a
the
hall
reprimanding, but he gives him a pass. He says, I'm going to let you free on this
I'm
one.
cool
'Cause
dad right now.
Jonathan, you don't worry. There's no punishment for you drinking, and I understand why you want to leave Smallville, but can you please give Smallville more time? Jonathan, being his cool fucking brother, says, all right, Dad, I'll do it. And he gives him a box.
An empty box.
An empty box. He gives him an empty box. Thanks, Dad. That's it. And then Morgan Edge pays for the fire damage because they want to cover it up.
Yeah.
Well, there's an important thing that we forgot. Earlier in the episode, Luthor introduces himself to Lois.
Oh, yeah.
And we found out that in his dimension, he's
Yes.
married to Lois.
Yeah,
and so he's
yeah.
in love with her, and things are weird. And
Yeah, that's right at the end. At the end, they do the Martha Kent tribute. There's because she was so awesome in Smallville, they dedicate a bench to her because you used to be able to sit there and talk to her. So he sits on that bench. And then it's revealed that Luthor has been spying on Lois and Clark. He knows Clark. He knows Lois is Superman. And it was revealed that Lois was his husband in his reality. So that gives him an extra layer to hate Clark. And then that's it. And then at the end, Sarah, by the way, asks to be just friends with Jordan, which, what? You're the one that asked to go on the date. But then she has to blow up on Jonathan for no reason and then tells
like,
Jordan that
"I'm
she doesn't
sorry."
just wants to be friends. And that's going to set up Jordan's anger later on when she decides to have feelings for somebody else. I'm gonna say that that's gonna happen. And then at the very, very end, Tag, who we thought he's like, where'd Tag go? Because at some point, Superman.
Where
helps
does he
Tag.
go?
Nobody
Superman carries him to space, thinking
knows. To calm him down.
Well, it's like calm him down. Also, asphyxiate him, kill this child. So I'm gonna carry you to space. You can't breathe.
He went
All right,
to
go to sleep. And then he brings him back down to Earth, and he's like totally fine. He just leaves him somewhere.
no. They said at one of the end of the episodes. At the end of the episodes, they took him to School of Xavier.
Oh, that's
all
right.
these
There was
people-
there's a
It's like,
DC
there's more
version
people
of
like
right.
this.
The
Yeah,
general
so
mentions
he
that.
escaped from
Thank you,
school.
Joe. Look
And
at
then he
that
kills
memory.
Jordan.
And then he attacks Jordan at the end of the episode, and that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
I liked this episode even less than the previous
I like
one
this one a
because there
little bit
was
better.
no there was no Kilgrave. There was the grandpa getting
Not by
stupid. There was no action. There was a
There was
bunch
Derek.
of stupidity.
He was the villain.
So
We got that sweet
And
mega
alcohol.
scene.
yeah,
Alcohol
But in the
and
last
Derek.
But in the last episode before this, there was a superpowered fight with an ex-kryptonite person. Derek doesn't fight. Derek flies off. Superman goes after him, gets shot. Both of them get shot by a rocket, Joe. That's the action in the episode. And then Superman goes home to argue with his kids instead of, like, who shot us with a rocket. You like this episode better? This episode's
Yeah, 'cause
garbage.
it was an
This
as-
was below average. Well, go
you
ahead.
go
Let's
with
go
the-
to final verdict.
Well, I didn't say I was gonna put it up like.
Yeah,
there's
I
no
don't see how
points.
this is any better because
5.9.
Yeah. Well, we don't.
Maybe.
We
I
don't
don't know
allowed to
how
do
this
points.
episode was any better
It's
because it's
still
had
like
the
an
same
average
CW
thing.
bullshit, the same Lang shit.
No, not as much as the other one though.
That's true.
as much
Episode
as
4
the
had a
other
lot of Lang shit. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
This one's a little less, but there was
All
still
right, give
Lang.
it your verdict.
Okay.
I'll
It's
go.
in Spanish. Kyle speaking Spanish to his daughter. That's all Lang
it's all
bullshit.
stupid
That's here.
stuff. Yeah, but then at the end, I was like, okay, that's
All right.
kind of cool. So I got his multiverse and stuff and whatnot. But
Wait.
I was honestly, with Lex.
Yeah.
I was honestly kind of just hoping they would squash this whole brother shit back and forth. It's like, oh, I feel alienated. No, I do. No, now it's Jonathan's turn. I was like, hopefully they could just patch the shit up, move forward, do something else, like do some real villain stuff, not just like
What?
4 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, instead of just like like high school with the boys and this and that.
You knew that with this.
Yeah,
you knew that's what the series was going to be.
I knew it, but I was just hoping for more than 5 minutes
Yeah.
or 2 minutes. I think with this one because he just fired a rocket and he's got that.
This is less than this is less than 2 minutes, and there's not even a fight. I think you're realizing now, Joe, that this
It's still
episode's
a
worse.
5. It's still a 5.
Okay.
But I like it a little bit better, but it's not gonna get like a 6.
Okay.
So 5 for me, and he's got that extravagant camper.
Sure.
Yeah.
Get the yay camper, the Empress.
This one is more steady than the last one because the last one had higher highs but way lower lows. This one is just more
It's there.
average, below average the
Yeah.
entire way through.
Okay.
This is a sleepy episode
Sure.
that we didn't need
Yeah.
at all. I'm trying to think of anything that happens in this episode that's
No.
important at all.
No. Luther's
Uh,
reveal.
Yeah, but I hate that because
yeah.
this is just another string that's like now Luther is actually in love with this woman too. It's like
Yeah,
we
who
didn't need
cares?
any of this before.
Who cares?
With this, if it was important, you could have revealed it way before. This is gonna get the
it's
same.
all fillers.
You get Kyle singing Spanish songs to his daughter. That was really important.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one the same score. If this is an average CW episode, but the TV scale, it's a 4. This is a below average thing. I didn't enjoy watching it, and I'm not excited that we have to watch more of this.
Yes.
I hope they
I'm
change.
with you.
They
I
need
was
to
going to go
course
tough love.
correct.
I'm going to go 5 out of 10, but I gave the last one a 5 out of 10, and I like this one left, so I have to go 4. 4 out of 10 below average. I wish I didn't see this one. The episodes are now going, and I'm hoping that the rest of the season is not like this. If there is 10 more episodes of this, I'm done, and I don't want to do it. We should announce that in March it was announced that this was renewed for season 2. So we are getting a season 2 of Superman and Lois already.
Oh,
Well, again,
and
I
I'm
hope
just
they course correct.
I'm hoping they get all this bullshit out of the way,
that's what
and
I'm
then
hoping
once
for,
season
too.
2 rolls around, they better not be doing this bullshit. They're gonna be doing better bullshit, right? Maybe the kids are, both of the kids are
Well,
super
you
powered by
brought
then.
up something that kind of made me more worried. It's like, oh, now that Sarah's gonna be like, all right, we're friends now. Hey, I'm seeing this guy. Jordan's gonna get mad. I was like,
Yeah, Jordan's gonna
I don't
get
want
fucking
this
pissed.
shit. I don't.
Jordan's so cool with it. Yeah, no problem. We
That
can
means
be
we
friends.
can
So
hang
as long
out.
as we get to see each other a lot.
That's what friends do, Joe.
Yeah. I don't. I just want to be friends with you, girl. Why you tell me you want to go on a date? And then
Do we have
whatever.
more budget this next season
I have
or
no
less
idea.
budget? Because if it's more
I didn't
budget, we
look
get
at the
more
budget.
cool, Superman stuff. Then I'm
I
fine
hope
with
so.
that.
I think because it was renewed so quick, they realized, oh, this is doing well. The critics are receiving it
Renewed
well.
it
The
after
first three
episode 3.
episodes, the critics received it well. I think audience received it well. It's the numbers are okay, but these last 2 episodes do not have me very excited. Haywire and Best of Smallville. If I was doing this episode by episode, that would be brutal. If we had to come here every week and be like, break down each episode. Nah. So I'm hoping that when we can report back, we'll report back by episode 10 with another review here on the Angry Joe Show of the next 5 episodes. But until then, that's how it ended. Really, really high, the highest high. In my opinion, episode 3 is my favorite episode of the series so far. And then, it takes a nosedive.
Yeah, just spend some more time with the villains. Don't just introduce them and then just kill them off.
Kilgrave and Derek
when
and
someone
the
shoots-
mysterious guy from Morgan and Edge who didn't even have a name.
Yeah, when someone shoots something at Superman that can kill a superpowered being, make Superman investigate that guy, especially when he's in a camper and he's just a dude and he's on foot and he'd already smashed his Alexa.
A talking camper.
Yeah, and it's just like, come on.
Who can auto drive.
And it's just like, hey, I'm gonna go down there and investigate. It's like, oh, you were the
No,
dude that
I
tried
gotta
to kill
go.
me.
I gotta go home and give my son a pass for drinking.
Yeah,
So,
he wasn't even gonna yell at him, so he's just
No,
like, look,
he
I'm
just-
gonna.
right.
Why does Tag think that Jordan
That is the
gave him the
stupidest
powers?
thing.
Because he said it.
He doesn't.
Oh, Jordan said
Yeah,
he did?
Jordan did
I'm
say.
sorry, I did this to you. That's
yeah.
what happened.
Yeah. So that makes sense, but it doesn't make sense that Jordan thinks that. It's like, dude, it doesn't work that
Well,
way.
yeah, they
Superman
told
knows
him.
it doesn't work that way. Jonathan knows it doesn't work that way, and Jordan's just an idiot.
Yes. My man Jonathan, keep doing you.
So
Yeah, keep doing
it's
you.
gonna
you, buddy.
it's gonna be revealed that Tag was probably has something to do with the mine and mining
Oh,
and the
yeah.
X
That's
kryptonite.
basically
Well, they're
It was.
reviving people, right?
Yeah.
I,
Because
I
people
don't
that
know
were
what
dead?
that means. I don't know what that means.
I
I think
that's
that
what he says. Like I was already
I've been
dead.
revived.
Or, yeah.
All right, well,
I
'cause
think-
you
I
were
think-
exposed to X kryptonite.
I think
and
with
you have
it-
to be rejuvenated every once in a
Oh.
while in the machine.
I thought they were taking corpses and then shining the thing on, and then they come
zombies?
back.
That's what I
Please
was-
don't put no zombies in
That's
my.
what
I thought it was a zombie
Joe.
thing.
You have
Don't you put? You bet. I swear to God, CW. I swear to
honestly,
God, you put some zombies in
that's
my
what I
fucking
was thinking,
Superman. You
too.
put Madden in my Superman. Are you trying to push me? Are you out of your mind? my soundboard is coming apart.
That's why
here.
Derek said I'm already dead.
No,
that's
no,
what-
it's
okay.
figuratively. I've already died because I've been exposed to X kryptonite.
But he
Y'all,
doesn't
y'all
know.
will
He
see.
doesn't
We'll
know
see.
that.
Y'all will
Zombies.
They said
All
we're gonna run tests on people.
Y'all will see. All right. Anyways, that's it.
Zombies.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to support our show, if you want to see more Superman and Lois episodes, let us know in the comments.
That's what you think.
Join as a Patreon. Grab some merch. We got some cool shirts. Check those down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here for the next 5 episodes. And hopefully
they get
we can
better.
report back that was just a small misstep. All right,
A filler. Yes,
we'll see you.
fillers.
Bye, guys.